Joe here. Thanks for visiting Road Trip Joe, and thank you for being my patron. Today I'm in beautiful Arroyo Grande, not too far from the water, but I'm a little inland in a little farmhouse that some friends of mine own. They went off to Zimbabwe, Africa to do a little volunteer work at a wildlife refuge. So I'm watching their orchard and all their plants, doing a lot of watering, and their two cats, Bozo and Paquita. We're going to be here a few weeks and be making some videos, I hope. So I think some of you are getting the idea of what I'm doing here. I make videos for me, but I also make videos for you. And one of my patrons in Illinois, Central Illinois I should say, there's a difference between Illinois and Central Illinois, maybe I should point that out to you later. Anyways, she said, why don't you make a video about the Piasa bird since you're making videos on birds now? And I said, that's a pretty good idea. I'd forgotten about the Piasa bird. I first came across it a couple of years ago when I was visiting there. So, Rowdy, here you go. Here's all about the Piasa bird. Maybe some things you don't even know. Long time ago in an area of this land that wasn't yet known as the United States, or even the state of Illinois for that matter, or Central Illinois, some locals painted a huge mural of this really weird creature. This bird, or dragon as some called it, was really just one of what was really two murals painted on the bluffs above what is now known as the Mississippi River. The original location was at the end of a chain of limestone in what is now present-day Alton, Illinois, which is just outside St. Louis, Missouri. I say the original location because the mural is no longer there. There is a newer 20th century version based on the 19th century sketches, and this one was drawn on a bluff several hundred yards upstream from the original. So what happened to the original? Well, in the late 1870s, a limestone company, Mississippi Lime Company, quarried it away. That's typical. What were they thinking? Luckily, hieroglyphics are a little more protected today. So, the original Native American drawing is gone, but we do have some descriptions of it based on eyewitnesses who saw it a long time ago. It's been estimated that the original mural was drawn around the year 1200, which is way before any Europeans showed up. It's believed that the Cahokia culture, which was at its peak in the area around that time, created the mural. The Cahokia tribe had around 30,000 residents and was the largest prehistoric city north of Mexico City. The Piasa creature may have been painted as a graphic symbol to warn strangers traveling down the Mississippi River that they were entering the Cahokian territory. Okay, so I'm probably not pronouncing Cahokian correctly. And for full disclosure, the locals around there don't pronounce Piasa as Piazza. Okay? Yes, it's spelled Piazza, but that's not how folks in Central Illinois pronounce it. In Central Illinois, it's pronounced Piasal. That's correct, Piasal with an L. Or Piasa with a W. Take your pick. I guess it depends on if you're from Eastern Central Illinois or Western Central Illinois. I think folks in Illinois like L's and W's for some reason because they always seem to add one of those letters at the end of what they're saying. So, back to the Piasa bird. The first European to see this mural was in 1673 when Father Jacques Marquette saw the painting on the limestone when he was exploring the area. Father Marquette recorded the following description. While skirting some rocks, which by their height and length inspired awe, we saw upon one of them two painted monsters, which at first made us afraid and upon which the boldest of savages dare not long rest their eyes. They are as large as a calf, they have horns on their heads like those of a deer, a horrible look, red eyes, a beard like a tiger's with a face like a man's, but a body covered with scales and a long tail that winds all the way around the body. Later, explorers reported that by 1699 the series of images were badly worn due to the habits of the local Indians who would discharge their weapons at the images as they passed. In other words, they shot arrows at the picture. But the original mural was the largest Native American painting ever found, and this limestone company screwed it up. The story gets better, though. This guy, John Russell of Bluffdale, Illinois, wrote an article in 1836 called the Tradition of the Piasa, which was probably the first time this creature really had a name, although the natives at the time probably had a name for it, but that was lost to history. So Piasa it is. According to Mr. Russell's story, the creature depicted by the painting was a huge bird that lived in the cliffs. Russell claimed that this creature attacked and devoured people in nearby villages and became quite a menace to the society at the time. Now, this John Russell character was a professor of Greek and Latin at Shirtlift College in Upper Alton, Illinois, and it turned out he had quite the imagination. He went on with his story that some great chief at the time slayed the creature, and the mural was painted by his people as a commemoration of this historic and heroic event. The chief of this Illinois tribe, according to Russell, was called Watoga, and he had put himself out there as a bait for this bird-like monster. When the creature flew out from his lair and went at Watoga, the chief's warriors brought it down with poison arrows. Poison arrows? Did they have poison arrows back then? Really? Anyways, these warriors taking target practice at the mural were really just doing an honor to this chief Watoga, it seems. But like any fake news then and now, Russell came clean years later and admitted the story was all made up. None of it was true. The bird imagery that Russell refers to in his story was not reported in Father Marquette's description, which makes no mention of wings at all. The original mural wasn't a bird, but it is possible wings had been added by the time Russell saw it because it had been repainted at some point between 1673 and 1836. So what was there originally may never be known. All we have is Marquette's description, and we would have to use our imagination, just like Russell did, it seems. But no matter, Russell's account has lived on with this colorful tale and has been adapted to allow all the surrounding cities and counties to claim the promotional rights to the legend. The folks of Central Illinois, of course, drew a new mural and added some wings, and now it's all part of the local lore. One of the nearby schools actually uses the Piasa Bird as their mascot. The students there are known as, well, the Piasa Birds. Sounds fearsome, yes? Those poor kids. You don't hear much about this bird outside of the area, though, but I think lots of places in the country have some kind of local legend to accommodate or actually answer what they don't really understand. And it's usually just one person who makes it all up, like John Russell did, and it all becomes history. So, this is all Central Illinois legend, and I found out on my trip there that you don't mess with Central Illinois. And you certainly don't refer to them as being from Southern Illinois. Even if you look at a map of Illinois, they tend to be more southern than central, but that might just be an optical illusion. I accidentally referred to my friends there as being from Southern Illinois, which was a huge mistake. I was immediately provided a crude map on a napkin by someone to describe the different regions of the state. Seems there are 5 distinct regions for the state of Illinois. I'll let you figure out where Central Illinois is. Can you say perfect? The one thing that makes Central Illinois folks stand out from the rest of the state is that they are mostly St. Louis Cardinal fans. Die-hard Cardinal fans, actually. That's right, not Cubs, not White Sox, Cards. And they were St. Louis Rams fans until the Rams went home to LA, of course. So now they don't even watch football there. Who cares about the Chicago Bears, right? But I had a great time in Illinois and met some really great people, and was fascinated with this Piasa bird for some reason. If you don't have time to visit the mural of this giant creature, then at least make time for Fast Eddie's, which is in Alton, Illinois, right across the river from St. Louis, and not too far from the mural. Fast Eddie's is definitely worth the trip, and it's a legend too. Thanks, Rowdy, for the suggestion. I hope everybody sends me some more ideas. I like learning new things. Hope you do too. That's all I got. We're here at the Piasa
Southwest
High
School.
and we're going to walk over here now and look at the Piasa
Piasa Bird.
Piasa bird. Here we go. It's the Piasa bird coming up. right? So, and I'm going to get right in between them here, and we're going to get their comments as to just what a Piasa bird is. If I can zoom in. Well, yeah, I can zoom in with my camera. Very good. All right. How do you pronounce that?
Piasa.
Okay, how do you pronounce it, Miss Chichester?
Piasa.
There you go. And what is the legend of this bird?
We're gonna have to Google it for sure, but it's.
It looks like Neptune escaped and grew antlers when he got onto dry land.
Yeah, there's some kind of it's mythology from I think it's the Piasa Indians, and this is some monster or legend or something something's going on in their past. It's got the head of a man. It's got the antlers of a deer or something. And it's got a dragon's tail. It's got claws and wings. So I don't know. We're gonna have to look it up. I don't know exactly what it's all about.
Now, you've traveled all over the country here. Have you
have.
ever seen anything like this?
I haven't, but legend has it that the ancestors, current day ancestors of the Piasa, went on to form the legendary band ZZ Top.
And they all play Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
All right, what are we looking at here?
Piasa.
Piasa sighting. Oh my God. Well, that's just bizarre. That's all I got.